1991 Winston Cup season was uncorked in dramatic style, as Daytona stunned us with yet another first-time victor, Ernie Irvan. The California driver challenged and beat the favorites, taking home the most coveted prize in all of stock car racing. The Kodak team was off to a great start in '91. After the turbulence of the short tracks, we coasted Talladega, but the results were shattering and sensational. 17 cars were involved in a massive pileup on the backstretch. Kyle Petty suffered a broken leg that still has him on the sidelines. The crash occurred as more than half the field was running side by side and nose to tail. Besides Petty, there were no other serious injuries in the crash. The winless Fords ventured to Charlotte and found their salvation in Davey Allison. Now we move to the calm surroundings of the Northern California wine country. But there's an uneasiness in the air. Once again, the drivers visit the race circuit that has in the past provided some excitement of its own. But it's also shown us some great competition. The best of the Winston Cup road racers now get serious. Could it all have been the calm before the Sonoma storm? ESPN, the world's leader in motorsports coverage, presents Speed World. Today, from the wine country of the Sonoma Valley of Northern California, one of the most fertile valleys in all of the United States, where vineyard after vineyard dots the countryside. It's also an area of major recreation. And there's a lot of agriculture also in the Sonoma Valley. Also there, you'll find Sears Point International Raceway and today's Banquet Frozen Foods 300 Winston Cup race. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Jenkins, and welcome to Sears Point, a demanding 2.5-mile road course. It's been about a month since we televised a Winston Cup race for you, and what a great place to return to our action. Let's take a look at the point standings. There have been 2 races in the past month showing that Dale Earnhardt remains on top of this quest for the Cup. Ricky Rudd 82 points behind, followed by Darrell Waltrip. Harry Gant is in 4th place, and the most recent winner in Winston Cup competition last weekend at Dover, Kenny Schrader, is in 5th position in the points. When you talk about road courses, though, you think of 2 drivers, Rudd and Rusty Wallace. They've won the last 8 road course races in Winston Cup competition. Now, last year at Watkins Glen, we experimented with our coverage, and it was so successful we're going to do it again today. I'll be in the booth all by myself. Ned and Benny are going to be out on the course calling the action and making observations. Benny, where are you going to start today's race from? With the advent of new technology and experimentation, we're having some early problems here at Sears Point with Benny's microphone, but as you can see, he has positioned himself up around turn number 1, where this field will be charging after the green flag uphill toward turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then they're going to head down a straightaway, one of the fastest portions of the course, and slam on the brakes and gear down for corner number 7, and that's where Ned is. How are things up there, Ned?
Great, Bob. I think we'll see some real action here today, and if there's one place on the course that it might be relatively easy to pass, it is coming into turn 7 and perhaps coming off of turn 7. If you can outbrake somebody going in, okay, but they come into a relatively flat turn, so they're down in 2nd gear when they come into this position. But remember back in 1989 when Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace were having such a battle, and Rudd made the pass on the inside, sort of sent Rusty out into the Toolies? Well, that's what can happen when you come off of here, trying to come off of here too abreast. But there's always exciting racing up here on this end, and there's things that happen in the pits that has the outcome to do with the race as well, and that's where Dr. Jerry Punch is.
Well, Ned, Jeff Bodine making it back for the first time in 4 weeks. Remember, early in May at Charlotte, he had that practice wreck, and he broke 3 ribs in his right side, punctured a lung, was in the hospital, had to have surgery, had to actually have a tube inserted to decompress the pressure in his lung and let the lung reinflate. He is back in a race car for the first time, and he has a rib protector. Now, he was dressing earlier today and putting this bright yellow protector on, made by Power Athletic Equipment out of Texas. It's an air impact system. It has a foam vest surrounded by a piece of carbon fiber. As he buckles this rib protector on, you can hit him and pound him with whatever. He can run back and forth in the seat, and it doesn't create a problem. It makes him sort of a Superman, as Jeff Bodine will show the crowd. You see Sills buckling, and he has this big Hulk Hogan shirt, by the way, which he was sent when he was, and which makes him a very muscular guy. Of course, Jeff Bodine, who finished 4th here last year, coming out of semi-retirement for 4 weeks, now getting back in the Flossie Johnson Budweiser car. He qualified 12th and looking for a good finish today. Remember, they turn right 6 times out of the 11 turns on this road course, so that's why it'll be much less pressure on his right side ribs. Let's go further up pit road to John Kernan.
Well, Jerry, Kyle Petty, as we had told you earlier, broken his leg in that accident in Talladega. Now, he is going through the long, sometimes painful, very difficult process of rehabilitation, so he will not be in the car today. Instead, road racer Tommy Kendall, a specialist. And, Kyle, I heard you said the other day that it was pretty good to have someone like Tommy in the car. Might even be better for Felix, your car owner, than if he had you in there.
Oh, it's definitely going to be better for Felix and the crew and Melliala and Pontiac and everybody. You know, Tommy's an exceptional road racer. He came out here and he qualified 5th. I might not have made the race the way I get around road courses sometimes, so we're going to be out there pulling for him.
But you had a difficult time cheering. As you notice, you can hear Kyle has a touch of laryngitis. So, Kyle, I'll ask you a very brief question here. Do you have a goal set for getting back in the race car?
Well, you know, I want to get back as quick as I can, but I want to be able to play golf when I get to be 50 or 60 years old, too, so I'm taking care of my leg. I go over to the Miller Clinic and spend a couple hours a day, and really there's not a goal. I'd like to get back before October or November, sometime like that, but until that time, I'm going to put me a big old Melliala flag on the end of my crutch here, and I'm going to pull for whoever's driving the car.
Okay, well, Kyle is going to take a position above the hill up near where Benny Parsons is. He will be watching the race from there. Now, Bob?
Thank you, John. I'll tell you what, the cars have made their way onto this race course, and look at the tremendous crowd that has gathered for this event. It is just amazing. We had a major traffic problem a little bit earlier, but everybody's in now, and we're ready to go for this 300-kilometer